I get to try my very first mussel today, and I am in great hands with Capitol Hill's Altura and head chef Nathan Lockwood. He's joining me now. Hello, hello.
Hello, hello.
I'm excited because I think it's going to be delicious. How can it not when you're behind this great dish?
We're going to do our best. We're pretty confident.
Okay, how are we going to make mussels today? What are we making?
All right, so we're going to sort of recreate one of the first dishes that we came up with at Altura. Sort of speaks to some things that are really special to me about the Pacific Northwest and ingredients here. Mussels, madrona bark, hanging out and eating and cooking on the beach. So we're trying to get you as close to that experience as we can. We'll start from very simply with steamed mussels, which we'll show you last. This is the dish at Corella that we always have on the menu.
Mussels that's your sister restaurant,
yeah,
right? Okay.
Mussels steamed with wild chamomile. We'll get to that shortly. And then after they're steamed, we take the mussels and wrap them in our house-cured pancetta. And then we're going to grill these over some charcoal with madrona wood and madrona bark for some smoke.
Okay, and this is the madrona bark right here, right?
Absolutely,
that I have.
Yeah.
Okay, why did you want to use this?
So just a beautiful tree to our region in the Northwest, grows all along the coastline. The bark naturally peels off in the fall and falls to the ground. And burning madrona, the wood and the bark in particular, gives you a really beautiful kind of warm spice aroma. One of the first sort of sensory taste memories I have from working and living in the region.
Amazing. Okay, well, you're going to show me how it's done. So.
All right, let's do it.
And this is the first time that we've done it this way, right? So
yeah, this
debuting on our show, it's exciting.
This dish, the challenge has always been bringing the experience from outside into the restaurant and to the table. So it's always a little bit of a creative process, deciding how we're going to get it to you.
Do you need more?
No, this is going to be perfect.
That's good. So in the restaurant, what do you use instead of something like this?
So in the restaurant, we'll put the bark into a smoking gun so we can smoke individual portions for each guest.
Okay. So there it is with the pancetta, like you said, wrapped around the mussels. How long does something like this
Well,
cook?
you know, live fire is as it is, so it's going to take a little while.
It's all part
probably
of the
about 3 minutes.
experience.
Probably about 3 minutes to get a little crisp on this pancetta. And then while this is happening, we can talk about our steamed mussels here and how we're going to plate those.
Okay, so we have two ways. Yes, what's going on with your second way?
All right, so we just steamed these here for you. Mussels should be cooked quickly and at high heat, so everything went into this pan together. A little bit of white wine, parsley and shallots.
Ooh. And this is something that's always on the menu, fan favorite?
This is always on the menu at Corella. This is another one of my favorite mussel flavor combinations. This is wild chamomile, which is known as pineapple weed, which grows wild all around in the city, in the forest, in the parking lot at the movie theater. And it really is just chamomile, but it grows about 4 inches tall and a beautiful little pineapple-shaped bud on top.
Whoa.
And so these are actually for you.
Okay, and you're going to show me how I eat, but you said you have a tip too.
I do. It's one of my favorite things about eating mussels. I learned this on my first trip to Europe.
Europe? Okay.
And it seemed to be a little bit of a competition in France and Spain.
Oh, no.
So we're going to see how many mussels you can eat really quickly.
Oh, my God.
All right, so you take one in your left hand.
Take one in my left hand.
You take another one in your right hand and you use that as the pinchers.
Oh.
And then after you eat this, that's okay. It's going to make a little bit of a mess. After you eat that guy, you get to insert it into the other shell.
So I just put the whole thing in my mouth.
Yeah, just grab this out of here like little pinchers.
Oh.
There you go.
Oh. Wait, that's good.
It's really good. And then you keep stacking.
I was really freaked out, I'm not gonna lie.
You keep stacking them up and see how far you can go.
The texture is actually, I was really freaked out about the texture. It was all in my head.
Yeah,
That's so flavorful. What again is it in that? White wine?
It's really just white wine, butter, shallots, parsley, wild chamomile, and a little bit of house-made pancetta. Same thing that's going to be wrapped around these guys over here.
Oh my gosh, delicious. And I love how you're always using every last piece. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Made a mess. Of all the dishes. Oh, yeah, it's part of the fun. So walk me through what you have over here.
Most important part of bringing this up is when you cook mussels, you have this beautiful broth left. And in a lot of settings, it's totally appropriate to just rip this bread apart and soak it up.
Oh.
In other settings like Altura, maybe you don't want to be getting
I would like to do that
mussel
right
liquid
now.
all over your dress or whatever.
I'm here for it today. It's worth it.
Utilizing every part of this mussel and our favorite part, the broth. After we grill these guys, it's left over. We're just going to make a little steamed egg custard. It's mussel broth, a touch of cream, pureed with some mussels and some egg yolks, and then it's steamed to set it up. Most often we serve this with marinated scallions and tea-cured salmon roe, and so that's what we're going to do for you today.
Ooh.
We do, over the course of the year, change all the components of this dish to be seasonally
So
appropriate.
your menu's always changing.
The menu's always changing. So the whole summer we did a variation of this with the Madrona smoke and similar presentation using some really beautiful live scallops and doing a raw preparation with the scallops, cold and soothing in the summertime.
Wow.
But now we're back to mussels. It's the fall and the Madrona bark's falling.
I really can't get over it. I'm going to dip some of this bread in. And while I'm doing that and you're finishing over there too, tell us about Altura for someone that's never been there, the vibe, what people can expect.
So this is a great example of what we try to do at Altura. We want to do something that's unusual and maybe a little uncomfortable at first, but then once you get to eating it, you find that it's a pretty comfortable experience and you're happy that you're doing it.
I know. I'm still really shocked over here because I don't know what I expected the texture to be, but it was really lovely. And I feel like I'm going to like the grilled even more. What are some of your other favorite items on the menu then? At the
All right, let me get these guys smoking real quick here. Well, the favorite items are always changing because the menu is always rotating. Mm-hmm. But there's two things that are always on the menu. The sea urchin cannoli with the parsley root is pretty much always a staple. And the chocolate affogato that we serve at the end is aerated hot chocolate. We do it at a Corello now as well. Those are the two dishes that never change. The mussels is usually there in some fashion.
Okay, so what did you do over here? You put them in the little dome like we were talking about, and what is that laying on as well?
So now that these are grilled and I'm just going to pop it in the little dome. I have a little bit of charcoal in there and we're going to smoke it with the Madrona bark smoke. We do this at the restaurant individually for each guest. But so today we're going to do it for you in a little bit of a larger format.
How long does something like that have to like sit and smoke for? Or was that enough?
Just a couple seconds, really.
Whoa.
It takes the smoke really quickly, especially when you have the fat on the pancetta here.
Okay, and then you want to talk about the bark too, where you got this from that it's laying on.
Well, I found this on the beach.
That's amazing.
Yeah. So I'm always collecting stuff. This is actually a piece of Madrona wood that we served this on, and that's a piece of wood I was working with yesterday to make the wood chips. I'll trade you sides.
Yeah.
So we have the bark, and also in here we have the wood chips. So after I plane this wood down, get these chips for the smoking, that's the piece of wood that was left over.
Okay, how do I eat that, or does it need time to rest?
No, it's ready for you.
Oh, what are you putting on that?
So this is a little Altura caramel. Altura is an Italian fish sauce. It's just like a Thai fish sauce, but made with anchovies pretty much exclusively.
Okay, I'm diving in. Here we go, moment of truth. Oh, I like that one even better.
That's the beginner mussel.
Oh my gosh. I shouldn't have taken such a big bite. That was so good. Thank you so much.